Hello everybody, I'm Raphael Perry, and on the 9th day of YouTube my account brought to me some Pathfinder. It was going to be Kingmaker or Wrath of the Righteous because all the other Pathfinder adventure paths haven't been converted to computer games yet. Although you can find some old gameplay of the first two, well mostly just book 2 of Strange Eons on my YouTube channel from way back. Right, I decided to go with Kingmaker because it's been a long time since I played either game and I might not fully remember the plot, and Kingmaker doesn't really have one. So it's kind of easier to get back into. Now, this area is called the Hodag Lair, which means we probably came here and killed the Hodag, which I think was something to do with a Miri. Let's see what else we've got that needs dealing with. We do want to develop the kingdom. There's 2 or 3 things we want to do to the kingdom. Unfortunately, all of those involve time, and this game runs on a series of secret death clocks, which theoretically serve to advance the plot, but realistically just feel incredibly arbitrary. It's like, oh, if you haven't done this thing within 17 days, then you just lose the whole game. Not a certain event will happen. It's like, no, you just lose. You know, so yeah. Easier to ask forgiveness. Finding the printer press that didn't make it to the capital. Stuck somewhere along the muddy roads of the Nile Marches. Well, I know where it is. Okay. So that seems to be completed. Hang on. I'm going to have to go find out now, aren't I? It's near the witch's house. So, let's see. Troll trouble. Meet the nymph. I'd rather not, but it seems to be obligatory. Coins for a dead man's eyes. A metal locally settled wasn't at his best. The poor soul's become undead, and he's wandering the ruins trying to find rest. We should help him. But how? The ghostly headman is complaining that will-o'-the-wisps have been keeping him from sleeping, so I probably have to deal with them. Poor man. Even in death, he can't get any sleep. The Walking Dead is cursing the Fae and asking for 2 coins to cover his eyes, and I'm willing to bet not just any old coins will do. Probably the 2 on his corpse. We should examine the location more closely and see if we can learn more about this poor guy and his curse. Beneath the stolen lands, dreams of a hero calling us to explore a new dungeon. That's a whole side quest DLC thing, not part of the main story. We should go pick this up in case we haven't already. Have we really not done this yet? How to build a kingdom quest. Just do ancient curse. 49 days and 13 hours. Okay, that's semi-good. Stuff to work on. A lot of these things we need to just work at it, which involves time, which involves losing the game. Swamp bouquet. Really now, hang on. Okay, troll trouble, all those, so we can just mark those off as done. Which means companion not complete. Okay. Well, let's see if we can go pick that up then. And maybe progress the... So let's hide all of these again. I said hide. There we go, mushrooms. Ugh. Okay. Well, now we've got a rough idea what we're doing. Let's get out of this area, which we've pretty much cleared. Also, we have a level. Hooray. We're at the point where Keldrak Morden should consider dual classing into Stalwart Defender. It's okay, but it's not great. We could stick pure Paladin, and this isn't a Baldur's Gate 3 Paladin, this is actually a Paladin who has to be lawful good. And he does seem to be leaning a little too much towards neutral good at the moment. Now, what do we get next level? Divine Weapon Bond, okay. Actually a good idea. And Aura of Resolve. Each sure. Okay, I think we can stick pure for now. It would be nice. We have all the requirements. So we would get the standard armor class bonus and then the defensive stance, which is essentially a defensive version of the Barbarian Rage. Just boosts Constitution instead of Strength, and like raises armor class instead of lowers it. There's a few other things it does as well. Defensive powers, they are quite fun actually. Ooh, I think I'll stay pure for now. Okay. Ability points, Constitution, without a doubt. And then we'll be looking to boost Strength or Charisma in the future. Probably Charisma, actually. Well, I don't know. The Stone Lord archetype isn't in here, so we can't do the true Dwarven Stone Paladin who has, like, no Charisma, does it all based on Constitution and Wisdom. Right, 2 skill points. A bit more Persuasion. We're likely to need it. And Religious Law. Sure. That'll do for now. Is it rolling hit points, or is it giving us some kind of weird fixed number like 4th edition players who can't do maths and roll dice? I'm off to a great start, aren't I? Better check I'm recording. I am. Excellent. Excellent. It might take a couple of seconds to catch up. Probably shouldn't have done that. So we got Holy Weapon goes up to +2. Aura of Resolve is the main one. Disruption messes up undead, right? Yeah. Oh, but it's only a difficulty 14 save, so they can pass most of those. Axiomatic would be lawful, right? Now, at this point, I am more familiar with the rules of Pathfinder than 3rd edition. I've played a lot of it. Let's get back out on the map. Once on the map, I will check if we are within our own territory, and if we are, we'll be able to check on the kingdom. Wait. Okay. We are in our own territory, and I can't remember... middle mouse button. It would appear we can craft a new settlement, probably in the forest near the rivers. Probably in the southern Nile marshes. And once we've done that, we can upgrade the capital city. That's a lot. Are these all active? No, these are reports. Okay. We probably need to get back to our territory soon. So what do we got? We got the dreaded Tuskdale, which I can rename, and probably should, because it doesn't sound even remotely dwarven. And Kazil Dun, obviously. Someone like Gedrelka. No. Felis Droll. That sounds suitably dwarven. That's actually not a bad settlement, is it? Okay. We can fail some of these. It's all fine. So we have ongoing... So 3, 13 and 17 days. And we'll be wanting to get back to... We're like up here somewhere, aren't we? We want to get down here near the witch, near the troll area. I'll hold off on planting that new settlement for a little while yet. In the barony of Gondomar. Why am I holding off on doing that? What am I wanting to do here? It's probably something to do with events. Right. back to the world map. We want to go over... Wait, we're nearly here. I think it's the witch's place. Can't I just go this way? This feels a lot quicker.
I need to catch my breath.
You do, but let's go a little further.
May we have a moment of respite?
That's a long road. Now we shall rest. Is this good? Rations needed, absolutely. Manage. Use rations, absolutely use rations. We have enough. I'm thinking we need a bit of hunting. Nobody on special this time.
You look tired. I think you should rest.
Everyone
Thank you for
looks
caring.
tired.
I'm sure you're right. But there's so much to do.
Okay. Lindsay spoiled the meal again. We'll manage. I believe this area is where we are needing to go. Oh, monsters. Okay, let's do it. What we got? Watch as they totally cream us. Okay.
I'm not afraid.
You lot are so dead. 2, 4. I see 3 of them. Where are you hiding? Oh, well. You know. There we go. And move to the middle of the group. And then spacebar. Got it. Yes, I did just blatantly mouse over it to see if it would tell me. Well, don't even waste rage. We're going to a dangerous area and... Yep, don't waste it. She's attacked twice, so she's had a full attack action. She moved to get into range, so she stepped. She literally can't do anything else. For some reason I set it to not autocomplete. Probably a very good reason.
Good, you dead.
Loving that rapid shot. Now, Brigand, show yourself. Yeah, I thought you'd be up there. Yeah, shoot the guy in full plate armor with a massive shield. Let's conserve and just... Okay, yeah. Acid splash, fine. Right. As close as we can get. Go stand next to it and threaten. That looks like a charge to me. Good stuff. Tristan? Yeah, we got this. Move to there, keep it a bit central. No need to waste anything just yet. Oh, really? You're going to provoke? Fine.
They go down!
Since she can make it without needing to break into a run, let's just do that and shoot this one.
Cannot hide from me.
Excellent stuff. There we go. Fight's over. Except apparently it's not. Okay, everyone, looks like there's one over here.
This is for you!
Go some. Don't know where you were hiding, pal, but you've got company in the form of a great big wolf called Dog, because that's the stupidest name anyone could have given it. Alright, everyone else, close in. I'd say these ruffians are going to regret tangling with us, but I don't think they'll live long enough, to be honest. Can we get close enough to shoot? We can.
Serves
Excellent.
you right.
There we go. We've blocked a charge, but we can close. Warning you, she's pissed off and she's got a surfboard on a stick masquerading as a sword. It's not a sword, it's a joke.
Nowhere to run.
Actually, it's a giant sword.
Here I am. See?
That she stole from a giant. That she didn't necessarily kill.
What's the holdup?
She just claims she killed it. And nobody bothered to go and check. Here's a hint. She
Something
didn't.
bothering you?
Because of the shared inventory, we can just group select and go pick it all up. And as this is a random encounter location, there won't be anything too special for us to pick up before leaving, so we're just going to go like that. Oh, right, we're waiting for Wolf. Excellent. Well, let's continue our journey. And then, I believe this is the location we should be searching. I also believe it's on the northern road near the entrance. There should be a broken down cart and a bunch of nasty bastards next to it. Right around here. They're not going to be that nasty, but we will take care of them and reclaim our property that Lindsay ordered with our money without asking our permission or telling us first, but it's such a sizable investment, it's better to go look for it than to write it off completely. Also, ooh. Okay, good, we're not going full two-handed here just yet. Great axe for killing trolls with. We're probably not going to fight trolls ever again. Hello.
How did you fools manage to lose the horses? We supposed to carry these boxes ourselves? What even are these iron things, and why the hells do we need them?
That's them! Lindsay whispers, pointing at the bandits with her annoying squeaky voice of death.
Caught red-handed! We'll show them what happens when you take somebody else's things about... we'll teach them a lesson.
These iron figs will get us rich, blockhead. It's an alchemical transmutator. I've seen them in Ustalav. Oh, fucking hell, not Ustalav. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Ustalav is Galarian's version of Ravenloft, basically. But not quite as extreme.
We just assemble it, turn it on, and it turns rocks into gold all on its own. Don't just stand there, get in the harness. You sure about this, then? Alright, let's see if we can get this wagon to move. Now look here. I suggest you leave. Now. Look at this scumbag who took down the Stag Lord, and no army to be seen. Lucky day! Get him, everyone! If we take out the Baron, we can be Barons ourselves. Yeah, fucking try. Thrash for Baron, scum!
Finish them quick.
Alright, you lot. Almost sounds like Baldur's Gate music. Now that's something I will say for this game. It does a really good job of getting the old Infinity Engine feel. It's not the spell icons, it's something to do with just the way it plays. It feels right. Speaking of which, Octavia, what spells do you have prepared? Ooh, Acid Arrow, you say? That's a very lovely spell. If only there was a bastard over there who didn't have a shield who looked like they'd be really easy to hit. Yeah. Enjoy your ongoing acid damage, buddy. Right. I'm going to go out on a limb here and reckon these might be evil bastards. I probably shouldn't, but I want to. You.
We can do it.
If we only did 4 damage. Not evil. The battle music seems to have stopped preemptively. That's rather unfortunate. Doggus, doggus. Fuckus uppus with mouthus. There you go. On the ground. Well, guess what?
Repent.
You know it's bad when the party cleric tries to hit you when you're down. Right. We want to step and go for the boost. We've got 22 rounds of it. Okay, Okundayo, shoot the shit.
I aim true.
Excellently done. Yeah, go on. Attack the warrior. That's what he's there for. And now, Amiri, you're entitled to get angry. This is our property and we came here to get it.
Bring it! Look at me, Gorham!
She loves Gorham. Okay. We can go a decent distance without... Alright. And because this isn't Baldur's Gate 3, we can have multiple ongoing upkeep spells. Hurricane Bow? Sure. I mean, we can't shoot anyone yet. We're out of standard actions. Oh, straight line. Straight line means deadline. Yeah. Okay. Doggus, doggus. Get it. Alright, just walk to the middle. We're good for now. No one's seriously injured. You know what? Let's go up to there and shoot someone. Can you... Yes, you can.
You deserved it.
No point taking penalties for firing into combat. Okundayo. Obviously, you just want to shoot the living shit out of someone.
I grant you death.
And take the step. Then Amiri's going to run in there and wish she had someone to fight. Oh, double attack of opportunity. Great. Okay, just run over here to this one then. Look, the other one fell down. He's clearly dead. The dog's munching on him. And anyone who says otherwise is a liar. Speaking of which... Yeah, sure. But no, the dog might put acid in its mouth. Lay on hands. Self. Take that free action. And administer justice. Baronial justice, in fact. Okay, Wolfie. Do your thing. Excellent. Amiri gets to fight after all. Okay, we'll just advance and claim our property. Don't even waste the ammo. That was over a normal move, so she jogged a bit to get there. Okay, Okundayo, he's gonna
Cannot
shoot.
hide from me.
There we go. Right. That went rather well. Anything here? No. There's a great big cart. Oh look, all this stuff. After inspecting all the boxes in the wagon, Lindsay barely restrains herself from kissing the mechanisms inside. The press! Safe and sound! Just needs to be assembled! Yeah! That's not how you spell yay, by the way. Ironically, it is spelled the same way as yeah. But I can't believe it! My own publishing house! I have so many ideas! So many plans! I don't know where to begin! What do you think I should print first? Well, how about an apology for all the shit I've had to go through to get this thing? Print something Iravetti banned just to spite him. He's a neighbouring monarch, isn't he? Choose something beautiful. A book you shouldn't be ashamed to have your teacher read. A machine needs to pay for itself quickly. Just start with cheap fiction, but quality doesn't matter. Moradin? No. No, God, that's Forgotten Realms. Hang on one moment. Trying to remember the name of the dwarven god Keldarak Morden worships. Moradin? Sounds correct, but... Okay, it's not that, not that. Oh, well, anyway. The god of the forge begins with a T. Torag! Torag values high-quality craftsmanship. Good work. He's not Droskar, the dwarven god of cheap factory knockoffs who just does rubbish. Choose something beautiful. A book you wouldn't be ashamed to have your teacher read. Lindsay smiles at you warmly. It was teacher who showed me the beauty hidden in books. Yeah, he probably said, "Dear godwoman, shut your fucking mouth and read a book. I can't stand to listen to you. At least you're quiet while you're reading." I think the best way to repay that kindness would be to do the same for others. Maybe that's really the main calling of a bard. Let's get to it. I'll send for horses to get this delivered the rest of the way to the capital. About bloody time. Free building. Printing house. Signs 1. Do I need a plot of land to put it on? I might need a plot of land to put it on. Okay, so this was, even though they highlighted separately, they were the same thing. Let's try and get back to the capital, as we doubtless will be needed in the throne room. There, we should see if we can perform some manner of kingdom upgrade. And we should probably keep throwing our money at the kingdom
No stopping now.
in some kind of sunk cost fallacy. Glad I remembered Torag correctly. Blimey, if I couldn't even remember the name of the main dwarven god, I'd probably have to go Slayer. And this isn't even Warhammer. Right. Let's get back on the road. This is our territory now that we've claimed it, so I should absolutely be able to view events. Okay, that's projects. So many projects. Restoration of a bronze shield, we did promise. And that one, all of the ones that genuinely progress the kingdom put us on hold, so we can't do anything for a while. So okay, fine. We're going to be tired and need to rest before we get there, but we might as well try. Well, in that case... Yeah, here we go. Okay, everyone's tired, let us rest. All good. Everlight's Blessing, what's that? No, what is it? Okay. Not that we particularly need it at the moment, so there we go. Good. Excellent stuff. I should have probably set a special meal instead of a generic one.
Careful.
That's a legless lizard, not a snake. No venom.
Camp went well. Now we've got a throne room to return to. And a lot of work to be doing. Yep, I see the big red exclamation mark there.
I need to catch my breath.
Okay, well, we're wanted in the throne room. How bad is it? Possibly pretty bad. With any luck, it's just a report on our recent... Okay. Excellent. All good. You know what? That is save-worthy. And for some reason it's there. Okay, we'll just go new save. How screwed is the kingdom now? Okay. The court cartographer reports that some of the barony's maps appear to be outdated. Which of your advisors should help the scholar update them? Apparently not Canera, who honestly needs some training. We're still researching into the nature of the curse. Support the general, counselor, treasurer. But it's 2 weeks. Restoration of the bronze shield. We do have someone who could do that. Trade agreement with Pytax. Myvan. If we save up enough for one of these, it will help us a lot. The trade agreement, that is. Ragongar's training, no, he can fuck off, he's evil. Curses, got a lot of work to do there. Other, nothing. Regions, all good. Advisors, we need another one. If we update the kingdom and do some other stuff, we can. Ah, bugger. Back to the map. Because clearly we need to do something. Now, it's the middle of the month. If we do that, we'll skip to the end of the month and bad stuff could happen. So, we can put Valerie on the rebuilding of the Dwarven Fortress when she's finished with this job. People are worried. We're going to have to do something to change that. Negative current build points or build points per week. Because we're spending more than we're getting. -4 for taxes. No, 30 points for a Brevoy subsidy. That's why we need to set up other trade deals. Right. Problem is, as soon as an event comes, they're going to have... I need to progress to the point where more events occur. You know what? Let's build that extra settlement. It is in a forest. I did say something droll, didn't I? Wasn't it like Ferrus Droll, no, Furnus Droll, Fulrus. Okay. That's a possible rename. Kazil Dun. Verek Dun. Maybe not quite so many Ks. We don't want to call it the Gnarl Keep, that's shit. Although Narel Droll. And that is 50 bloody build points. Okay, no, we do have spots down by the water. Let's leave it for now. And we do have a free building. Which doesn't seem to be available anywhere. Interesting. So where do we get our free printing press, whatever it's called? All of these are not free. I also may regret building a new settlement there, as it further delays. Right, let's spend more money. What projects do we have that can take time and won't cost a whole load of stuff? Right, so support the general. Yeah, these are all a bit expensive. No. Okay. That's one for our druid. Trade agreement with Pytax, 500. Oof. Talented recruits cost 50 build points. Extra bonus for general, who is available, but we can't really afford it. So, she does need to get better at her job. 2 weeks. Ow. You can now upgrade settlements in your barony. Every 3 villages acquired in your domain will enable you to upgrade one of them to the town level, provided that 6 or more slots are occupied in that village. The first upgrade must take place in the capital, and it absolutely shall. Complete the relevant project in the Projects tab to start an upgrade. This may skip even more time. Once the upgrade is complete, the number of slots in the settlement will increase to 20 and the list of buildings will expand, hopefully to include our long-lost printing press. However, we need to be careful of the time. 3 or more towns in your barony and at least 16 occupied building slots in the capital city will enable you to upgrade to a capital city. Excellent. Well, for now, trade taxes failed. We had a 90% chance. Bloody hell. Well, we know the loaded dice are back. Or was this the one that was on 90% chance? Okay, mysterious cult. Yielding to reason, the locals handed over the cult leader with the custody into the custody for regent. Without its head, the sect is doomed to die. And the cult leader presumably lost their head fairly shortly afterwards. Research into the nature of curses, Davik Nettle. It appears that curses are a mysterious, little understood magical phenomenon. They can have devastating effects on their victims, but the source of their power is virtually unknown. Perhaps it would be well to keep an eye open for any other curses we might encounter. This research has increased our understanding of divine magic. It has indeed. Economy. A new phase in the life of your capital. Rebuild your capital into a lively town. It's time. 7 days to solve. Will it skip another week? It's 100 build points, which we now have, by the way. 4 events. Treasurer requests your attention. Okay, that'll be just a talk in the throne room. It may be important. Visitor waits in the castle. A traveller insists on seeing the Baron. This also might be important. In the name of the law! Judge Dredd, apparently, or something. A group of volunteers have arrived from Brevoy. They are looking to help bring order to these lands. Their people would make a welcome reinforcement for the guards if they could be persuaded to join the ranks. Well, there's only one person available for the task. Important essay published. An interesting article awaits in the castle. Oh no. It's going to be that annoying David Mitchell gnome, isn't it? Right. 80%. We're not going to blow a crisis point on that. We need it for an emergency. Now I suppose we should go to the throne room and see what these events are that await us. Hopefully, no disasters. Jod Kavkan, our royal druid. Well, not royal, we're only a baron. Jod looks to be puzzled and amused at the same time. And the writers of this game have made the Game of Thrones mistake of believing George R. Martin's idiotic idea that the religious honorific Your Grace is a noble title. It is not a secular title.
My lord, I have brought you an extremely unusual message. It's... how should I put it? An essay on your barony written by Jubilos Narthropple and published only recently. I thought you might like to see it for yourself. Jod hands you a magazine. It's called Independence magazine. Well, I hope he doesn't want to be independent from us. Probably wants us to be independent from Brevoy, and we can't afford that just yet. We'll take a look at it in a bit. A plump man in his 30s approaches. His hair's untidy, road dust covers his worn clothes, and his boots have seen better days. The stranger speaks to you in an unusually high-pitched voice. My lord, I demand justice! He appears to be in some kind of walled chamber, bearing a torch, exploring. We may see him in that capacity later on. Crime in the barony is on the rise. The man shakes his clenched fists, then drops his hand helplessly. In open daylight, I was tricked, robbed, and, if it weren't enough, humiliated. A gang of local thugs tricked me into trusting them. They found out about my possessions and disappeared with my treasures. I sent them to the island on Candlemere some time ago, and they just vanished into thin air. I beg you, find these scoundrels and retrieve my treasure. I'll pay a handsome sum to be sure these villains are brought to justice. You don't seem like a local. Why would you keep these possessions of yours on the island in the middle of Candlemere Lake? Willis bites his lip as if caught doing something wrong. Well, you see, these aren't exactly my possessions right now. It's just I learned from the locals about the ruins of an ancient temple on the island, and everybody knows where there's a temple there's always the hope of some treasure. Willis rubs his palms. Which deity was this temple dedicated to? Who cares? Willis interrupts himself and sighs. I don't know. I never asked. All I heard was... is that long ago the locals used to perform some rituals there dedicated to some ancient deity or other. Some rituals... Oh, Jubilos. Oh God, Jubilos. Some rituals? Some ancient deities? Now, that's what I call getting into details. With deep knowledge like that, you could easily write a book. You could call this open magazine of yours some encyclopedia. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you believe that some sacred relics from the temple of an unknown deity belong to you? By what right? By right of finding! You haven't found them yet, you nincompoop. I dug up all the stories about the temple. I hired the crew. I pointed out where to start the search. Besides, no harm done. No one ever really goes there anyway. There aren't many volunteers willing to visit a cursed island. Oh, so it's cursed now, is it? Noticing the change in your face, Willis restrains himself. Oops, I'm just talking gibberish. Heard some gossip somewhere, and here I am, spilling it all out on you. The man utters a phony giggle, then gulps. It's nothing, my lord. Just a big fat load of nothing. Some empty talk about someone sacrificing someone else there. And as for the ghostly lights, I'm sure there's a rational explanation for that. Same with the flash of light over the ruins. So there was a flash of light over the ruins. Did you see it with your own eyes, or just hear about it from someone else?
I saw it with my very own eyes, and just recently too. Almost blinded me, like half the island suddenly burst into flames.
Was that while your accomplices were there?
When the locals saw it, they fell to their knees and started to pray. They said that the old god had returned.
Willis scoffs.
Dimwits. What else would you expect from them?
Says the king of dimwits, adds Jubilost. Someone offered sacrifices there, and I suppose we're not talking about animal sacrifices.
Willis shrugs reluctantly. The locals say things. Something about being why the place is cursed.
Oh, you really didn't pay attention. Now, what ghostly lights were you talking about?
The lights were strange, you know.
Willis frowns as if recalling something.
They were brighter than fireflies and different colours. You can see them even from the shore. During the day, they're barely visible, but at night, people say they're the restless souls of those who met their deaths on the island.
Really now? Oh, failed a knowledge arcana check. We don't know. You're not sure what Willis is talking about. Probably will-o'-the-wisps or something worse. Maybe the island is really haunted with the spirits of the deceased. Well, I believe that's all I need to know about the island from you.
Whatever you say, my baron.
And who are you, anyway? I should have probably asked this earlier.
Willis Gunderson, my lord. I'm a scientist, an explorer, an adventurer, and a renowned expert in treasures and artifacts of virtually every era and culture.
Jubilost, have you even heard of this wanker?
Jubilost eyes Willis up and down. I didn't know he was going to cut in, I swear. So many titles for a single piece of mediocrity.
Willis blushes and pretends that he has just noticed the gnome.
Snarfropple, you're here. What a nice surprise.
What, are you a fan of his?
Oh, really? In case you hadn't noticed, I've been here from the start, or perhaps after the open lecture on the Fore Logos in Absalom, you've lost not only the rest of your mind, but also your eyesight.
Willis straightens his jacket indignantly and lifts his chin.
I see your manners haven't improved since last we met. Well, happily, I no longer consider you the beacon of knowledge you once were. You can joke however you like. I'm above such discourse.
Jubilost grins.
The only thing that puts you above me is your size, Willis. And even that isn't so impressive for a human.
Willis's face turns dark red and his eyes start to twitch. Pressing his lips tightly, he turns back to you. Why don't you tell me about the people who tricked you?
They were a trio. I hired to retrieve my possessions from Candlemere's island.
Yes, we've already proved they aren't your possessions, but carry on.
They turned out to be a bunch of tricksters, my lord. You must know the place in the centre of the lake with the ancient temple ruins. So they took my money, jumped into a boat, and whoosh! Gone with the wind. So many days have passed and not a single word from them. And they have the nerve to call themselves a paladin and a cleric.
You said there were 3 of them.
Scum is what they really are.
Willis stamps on the ground of anger. Can you tell me anything more about them, in case you actually managed to pay attention to any details whatsoever?
A ranger, a paladin of Irori, and a cleric of Nephis, you know, the two-faced god. Frankly speaking, that one gave me creeps from the very beginning. Half of those servants of Nephis are real psychos.
Yeah, that's pretty true, actually.
Today they agreed to help you, and tomorrow they changed their minds at the drop of a hat. And this one played his tricks on me too.
Willis sighs. So a ranger, a man of the wilds, a paladin of Irori. Unusual, but not unheard of. Irori is the god of martial arts, perfect physical discipline. His paladins fight unarmed, like monks, without arms or armor. They do sort of like Bruce Lee, kung fu type stuff, and karate. And a cleric of Nephis. Nephis is a Assyrian or Kadiran deity. He is the god of magic, and he's interested in magic above all things rather than anything else. A paladin and a cleric who willingly took a job running errands for you? Sounds strange if you ask me. Or it sounds like they wanted to go investigate the temple on the lake as soon as you told them about it. Willis mulls over your words for some time. You know, my lord, when I mentioned the old temple, they exchanged a glance, like I was talking about some hidden treasure. I was such a fool. I should have realized from the start if they had their own agenda. Alright, let's get back to other matters. As you wish. Whatever you need to catch those thieves. I think we've already established they aren't thieves. Well, not yet anyway. Fine, I'll look into it. Willis sighs, relieved. Praise Desna! Don't let these scoundrels leave with my treasure. Oh, if he's a worshipper of Desna, that makes a little more sense. Desna is the goddess of dreams, and her followers tend to be a bit idealistic and fanciful. A little pseudo-dragon there, just flapping up and then flopping back down a bit playfully. If you manage to learn something new, please let me know. I'm staying at the tavern in the centre of town. That's where I'll wait for good news. Desna bows and steps back from you without straightening back up. Although, if we do find anything, it's on our property. Is there more? Yes, there is, and here she is. It's going to be a disaster. A sweet smile plays on the tiefling's lips. I've come to discuss something that rulers love more than the sun in the sky, and subjects hate more than the plague. That thing that fills a state with strength, that golden honey that diligent bees carry to their master's treasury. Yes, I'm here to discuss taxes. Nobody has any more doubts that your power is here to stay. No one has any illusions that your throne will be knocked over by the first gust of wind. That's because they aren't sitting on it. Or that these lands will ever be open to gangs again. And that means your subjects are ready to wear the heavy yoke of taxes. You can tell she comes from hell. Of course, some will grumble, but that's to be expected. We'll first spend the taxes on the obedient, on pacifying the ones who rebel. You've done a fine job seizing power. Now it's time to enjoy its fruits. I suggest we double the taxes. I suggest we don't. Let's see. Pay to build. I have another proposal. We will lower the taxes slightly, allowing the economy to grow in the future. First of all, we need to think about the common people. We're not the Labour Party. We will raise the taxes by a third. I think this would be a fair solution. Let's double the taxes. You know what? I will lower the taxes slightly in the hope of setting up future trade deals, even though reducing the taxes makes those trade deals further away. The joy on Canera's face dissolves into disappointment. I keep thinking about the ordinary people day and night, about what we can afford to take from them and what we should leave them, how to reward the obedient and punish the rebels, while you seem blind to the very nature of power. So be it. I'll abate the taxes, but be warned, excessive kindness ruins rulers far faster than excessive cruelty. We'll see how excessive that kindness can be. I believe that's our last event in the throne room. The Curse of Candlemere. The Stolen Lands is full of... Uh-oh. Find out what happened to Gunderson's team. Yes. Is there a time limit on this as well? Not necessarily. P is for prosperity. Unlock a second state of barren. Yeah, we're working on it. Well, that
went okay. We failed a skill check, but nothing absolutely disastrous. We'll throw in a save. Examine the kingdom once more and see what kind of terrible state it's in. Well, the barony. Important essay published. Oh, I should read that. We met a visitor. We had a word for treasurer. Great. Support the treasurer's endeavours. What, again? Maybe not. Regions. Other. Ooh, economy? We do want to dip into that, but can we afford it? Well, maybe I should just end the episode here. I do have a bit of a busy day ahead of me, but you know what? We don't have any major events demanding our attention. Let's do it. Let's commit to this and hope we don't live to regret it. Will this... Ah, good. It doesn't put everything on hold. All events are taken care of. There may be more soon. We have a big project underway. I'll hold off on those. Especially she's doing really good at her job at the moment. We do want to do this when we get the opportunity. Trading with pie tax 500, 100 from Myvon. If we can set that one up, that'll offset our tax deficit by half. And that actually would be a job for her. Now would be a good time to do it, but we would need to purchase 59 build points. At 80 gold each, we could probably get a good amount of those, actually. Let's see. But if we get hit by an event that require... You know what? Yeah, let's do it. Let's waste that money. We'll give her something to do. There we go. And what can we do that won't be a rank up or something else? So we're working on this. Well, we've probably got things worth doing. We got an island to explore. Oh, actually, how long until the curse manifests next? We have an advisor we could put onto... Okay, Jenna Tannison. Oh, wait. Bald Hilltop. We do need to get on that one quick. It'll be a few weeks before we can. And we absolutely should do that. Ooh. Right. Journal. Curse of Candlemere. We should absolutely look into that. We should probably take the annoying David Mitchell gnome, even though he's... Oh, we have a bard, but he does like knowledge. You know what? We should look at this piece of tripe he's written. It's probably not very flattering. Right. Have you ever dreamed of becoming a baron? It's not that hard. All you have to do is go to the Stolen Lands, a tiny region located between Brevoy and the River Kingdoms. I'm sorry, I cannot get as nasal as David Mitchell. And a source of dispute for those two for many years. Miles and miles of woods, swamps, and infertile clay soils infested with monsters and bandits. It's something like a white elephant. One can't hold it, but also can't give up on it and let the neighbour have it.
For many years, the Restov sword lords have been promising a title to anyone who manages to bring some resemblance of order to this god's-forsaken land. This is just the usual way rulers solve their problems. There are plenty of adventure seekers, and you can always find another naive, brave soul who'll gladly risk his or her life without payment. There were many who took the bait. Their sun-bleached bones still litter the banks of the muddy lakes and lie in piles under crooked trees. You can imagine how astonished I was then when someone managed the feat, breaking the antlers of the local kingpin called the Stag Lord and turning the bandits' fort into the capital of a new barony. Of course, I departed for these lands immediately to witness with my own eyes the one who managed to install control over the stolen lands. Let's be honest, the achievements of the new baron are still quite moderate. My letter didn't get there in time. I hope the courier who had to deliver it is still alive and well. Since no one could meet me, I decided to get to the capital on my own, which was a strategic mistake, for the road building in the barony functions even worse than its mailing service. I barely made my way through the mud and wind-fallen trees, just to narrowly escape drowning at the river ford. The only thing that kept me going was the anticipation of the joy the Baron would express when I told him about the marvellous scientific novelty called a bridge. Furthermore, a horde of hungry kobolds jumped out from the underbrush. But just when I was getting ready to kiss my life goodbye, the Baron himself emerged from the woods, fought off all the pests, and helped me get to firm ground. As it turned out, the Baron has a strong justification for neglecting roads and bridges. While his capital is under construction, he lives on the road and with the help of his companions patrols the realm, dealing significant damage to the local ever-hungry fauna. May the plague take it. Trolls, boggards, will-o'-wisps, and giant spiders really impede the improvement of public services. I have offered the Baron my advice and my active help. You can spit in the faces of those who claim Jubilos can only criticize. You can try out your luck as well, though the title of ruler is already taken. The young barony offers plenty of vacancies, both for labourers and for sellswords. Just don't repeat the mistakes of your predecessors. Demand payment in advance. Any of those of you who prefer to learn about wildlands and dangerous adventures from the magazine pages will meet in the next issue. Right. Yeah, he is not particularly enamoured of our domain, but perhaps that will change in time. I should probably equip some of these healing potions so they don't completely go to waste. Cure mods, not bad. You know what, at this level, one for everyone is probably a good idea. 71s, okay. Ekondio, you could definitely take a couple of these. Amiri, take 3 of them. You'll be grateful. Right, I think this is probably a good time to wrap up the episode. I've done a decent amount of stuff and I've got things I need to be doing early tomorrow. That's only +1, we can probably sell it. For now though, I'm going to end the episode here. I hope you've all enjoyed this one and I'll look forward to seeing you all in whatever I upload next. And while it was a toss-up between Kingmaker and Wrath of Righteous, I wouldn't mind getting back into Wrath of Righteous. I just remembered the issues I had with the Life Oracle's domain power that was ending on map exit when it shouldn't. Yeah, that was annoying. Alright, well, so as I may have mentioned previously, and if I haven't, I was thinking of putting it in a community update sometime anyway. There's a few games that didn't quite make the cut this year because I just couldn't quite justify getting rid of other things to get them on the list. So I might be revisiting those at some point in the future as well. But once the 12 days of YouTube are done, I will definitely be getting back to the normal regular games on the channel for the near future. Although there might be a little surprise there as well because I kind of blatantly bought something else last month. Alright. Well, as it's the 1st of January, Happy New Year. Well, actually, no, not anymore. It's like going to be the 2nd. Ah, it's gone midnight. It's definitely the 2nd. Well, hope you're having a Happy New Year anyways. So, bye for now, everybody, and see you all next time. Cheerio!